Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please, please subscribe to this channel, share, like, as well as drop your comment on the comment section. So today we are going to be looking at political participation. Political participation. Now, human beings are political animals. They participate in politics, whether consciously or unconsciously. Human beings are social animals first before being political animals. This is because as human beings come together to live a communal life, they intermittently relate with one another. Obviously, no man is an island, and as such, he needs others to exist. This interaction that exists between man and man in the society is what is meant by social interaction, and it is this social interaction that makes man a social animal. As man cohabits with others, there must be disputes and disengagements that must erupt from time to time, arising from conflict of interest. The settlement and management of these conflicts, to avoid its escalation, is where politics comes in. From time immemorial, nations fight war, kingdoms attack other kingdoms, chiefdoms fight fierce battles, and there have been an intra-state wars, riots, mob actions, and protests. However, eventually, it is still dialogue that will be used to solve the problem. The process of dialoguing and settlement of these disputes is what politics is about. So from time to time, there is actually, opportunity for people to actually, sort out their differences. So from the point that I'm trying to actually drive at, it is clear that every man is a political man, and politics is an intrinsic characteristic of human beings. So if politics and man are inseparable, then man participates regularly in politics. Now let us look at how human beings actually participate in politics. What is even this participation? Now, participation refers to the different mechanisms open to the public to express opinions and ideally exert influence regarding political, economic, management, or other social decisions. Political participation, therefore, is a process emphasizing the broad participation of citizenry in the direction and operation of political system. So political participation, therefore strives to create opportunities for all members of a population to make meaningful contributions to decision-making process, and it seeks, to broaden the range of people who have access to such opportunities. So it is actually the general level of participation in society, to which the people as a whole are active in politics. So political participation is a predicated, or is predicated. Political participation is predicated on the active involvement of citizenry and having them as being part and parcel of the decision-making process in the society. So now let us look at methods of political participation. What are the methods of political participation? Number one is voting. It is the duty and rights of every citizen that is of voting age in a polity to vote in elections. So voting is one of the major ways in which an individual participates, in politics. Number two, propaganda activity. Now, when people take part in activities that are targeted at persuading and making others see reasons with them by twisting information in their favor, they are engaged in political participation. Okay, so those are the things. Now, number three is political parties. Now, nobody is barred from belonging, okay, and or forming political party of his choice, provided the laid down rules and regulations and the proper procedures are followed. Now, members of political parties, okay, perform some functions like political socialization, political communication, interest articulation and aggregation, and political recruitment. Okay, so all of these actually, form part and parcel of what political participation is all about. The next one is membership of pressure group. Okay, membership of pressure groups. Okay, now everything about an individual as well as the society he finds himself is known when all the groups he belongs to, okay, are known. So these groups are interest based. When they do not influence the policies of government, they are actually, of course, interest based. Okay, but when they begin to influence the policies and programs of government, they become pressure groups. Okay, so when people participate, when people belong to these associations, you can actually say that they are participating in politics. Okay, the next one is maintaining contacts with legislature. Now, in a participatory political system, especially representative democracy, individuals are expected to be represented in the legislature. Okay, so in countries practicing federalism like Nigeria, where there are three tiers of government, citizens have three legislatures representing them, at the local, state, and federal legislative arm of government. So it is the right of the citizens, to be in constant contact with the people representing them in government, so that they will be abreast of the happenings in government and how well they have been represented. Okay, so that is actually another point. Another point is offering of oneself as candidate in election. Okay, the next point is hold press conferences. Holding of press conferences is one way in which people participate in politics. For one, press conference is the invitation given to the media outfits to air out pressing issues which those addressing the press feel are germane and crucial to the democratic process. So when this is done, political participation is actually in place. The next one is embarking on strike, protest, and demonstration. This is another method of political participation. We have come to realize that one of the fastest ways of drawing the attention of government to the demands of the public is through protest and demonstrations. Okay, so in participatory democracy, protests and demonstrations are allowed, so that the government will be aware that the society does not belong to only a few set of people, but everybody. Okay, so that is actually, then the next one is payment of tax. Okay, one of the mainstays of a country's economy is taxation. So, and of course, taxation is a special kind of payment in that, that is compulsory and of benefits, that the benefit of payments do not necessarily, okay, correspond to the amount of tax paid. You understand? But of course, it is actually used, to provide, infrastructure, security, enabling environment for the people in the society. Okay, so the last but not the least method is respect for national symbols and anthem. Okay, so it is a part of an obligation. It is part and parcel of the obligations of the citizens to respect national symbols like the national flag, coat of arms, and other national monuments, including the national anthem, to ensure that they are not desecrated. Now, the obedience to these national heritages is what nationalism is about, and where this is carried out, then the people are said to be participating in politics. Okay, so there are other methods of political participation, but what is important here is that if critically examined, one will realize that knowingly or unknowingly, every citizen of a country participates in politics. In fact, you cannot not participate in politics. So political participation is actually one thing that is a must for everybody to do, provided you are a citizen of such country. Thank you very much.